Hi, welcome back. This is Angela and I'm with Dogwood Paper Arts, and we are working today on, or starting on, the Roses and Lace mini album. It's Stamperia, however you say it. We went over this packet already. We started on this yesterday and I came up with this idea to make a frame here so that you could flip this open and have writing. You could write something on the edges to whoever you're giving this to. But I had to come up with a way to hold these down, this frame. So I came up with this little flippity-doo. Now, this is nothing new. This is, a lot of scrapbookers do this to make a closure on items. And so that's what we're going to use, is that. Now, as you can see here, I have added lace. Let's turn it this way. So I added a border and I've added lace, and we had created this part together. And I have gone in and started lining the inside with this paper here from the Country Roads collection. I did not want to start dipping into my roses and lace too much yet. So I just use this since it's a paper we want to be able to write on, and it's, I have lots of sheets of that. And I hope not to move into the Country Roads paper too much. I want to stay with what we have here. However, with that said, it is very acceptable to move into other brands of paper if you need to fill an album and you want to keep it in the same theme, but you can't afford to keep buying packs of the other paper. So I want you to realize that it is very acceptable. This Country Roads matches so much of the Stamperia that it's hard to pass up when making something with this. However, I do want to try and stay within this boundary of papers. But that's a big what if. I do have extra pink paper and I do have extra green. And if I need to use it, I will, in order to create a very nice album. So does that make sense? Oh, I hope so. So anyway, I have added this heart lace here. I wasn't going to, but as I was playing around here, trying to figure out what to do, I had created some other things and punched holes in this paper. So I wanted to show you that if I didn't cover it. See here? Let me show you. See? Holes. Yes, that's me. I punched holes. I had some other designs on here and it wrapped around. It looked really cool, but it was just too complicated, really. And I didn't want to do that to you. It just was not that you couldn't do it. It's just that it was too much. It took 3 brads per corner. And so that's like a dozen brads, isn't it? 3, 6, 9, 12. And I used flowers and I made these out of them. But I'll tell you what, when I got this oval pearl on here, I did not like it. I tried it a bunch of different ways. I tried it here and there, and I did not like it. It just didn't seem right. If it were a round one, it probably would have been okay. See? That's a brad. Let me show you. See on the back? There's a little brad there. Anyway, I did not like the oval shape of it. It just didn't feel like it went well with the design. And perhaps that's because this was a big square. That might have been the problem. I really, I don't really know. I just know that it didn't fit for me. Okay, so I think I have this paper in wrong. However, we had it cut. Let's see, let's go one more this way. Oh, I think it goes this way. No, it was probably right the first time. Nope. This'll work. They are off a little bit, but that's going to be okay. It doesn't matter where they are. But I think this was the best. Yeah. So anyway, I already have a hole punched here for the next one, but I didn't want to apply it until you were with me. The reason is, and I'm going to show you how to apply this other piece of lace wherever it went. I have it set to go, but, oh, no. Here it is. See, it has score tape on the back. Okay, so let's start with this piece here. What I did with this is I used the 1-inch punch from, oh, where is it? Let me look. I had to move things around a little bit, so I'm a little bit lost. Oh, here it is. From Creative Memories. It is, oh, the 1.5-inch heart. That is the pink one. And then I cut out of this paper this center heart of the Stamperia papers. I went around the Stamperia paper with a little bit of ink, not much, because I felt like I had over inked these pink ones, and so as you can see I did not ink the pink this way. So pinky's not inky. Okay. Then I set this up on my board here, and I lined up a line here on my pad with the center of my heart. Not my heart, but this heart. And then I came up a little ways into this heart and made a hole with my awl. Now, the first time I did this, I ran it clear up in my finger up here when I was making the flowers. So I suggest you be very careful with your awl, because it does hurt really bad. So anyway, it goes through. Once you have your hole there, then come over here and figure out where it needs to be. Kind of lining it up with this one and that one, and I turned them all this way so that they lined up with this line. And then push down slightly to make your hole. Now this paper's not glued down yet. Punch it through to make a little bigger hole so the brad will fit. And then as a reinforcer, now that I have my hole here, it doesn't have to be a heart back here. It can be a little square, a little whatever. But I just had extra hearts, so I went ahead and used an extra heart. I'm using this as a reinforcement so the brad doesn't tear this paper. And then punch a hole through that one. Do not punch your finger, please. Be very careful. Okay. Then you put your brad through the hole. And then one thing that I found was good to do was to hold your brad and spin this around it. The reason I want you to do that is so that these spin better without moving the brad. Because we want to try and keep the brads all the same direction, but I don't know if you'll be able to. Put this through the hole right here. Use your pliers to separate those little, or you can use your awl to separate the little legs on the, or the arms, whatever you call them. The wings. Help it spread its wings so it can fly. And press it down good. And then go ahead and put a piece of score tape over it. I'm going to find my 1/2 inch score tape. I think that's a 1/2 inch. Yes, it is. Now, why put it over the heart like that, you say? Well, because we're not going to see this side of the paper because we are going to glue it down to this paper. And now that we have come this far, let's check where we are and see if we are in the right spot. And that looks good. What do you think? So we can pull those up and over. Yeah, see, that one's still a little hard to move. But after you work with them for a little bit, they will get looser. I guess it doesn't matter which way these hearts go. Okay, so now we have room for a nice picture there. And if you would like, you can open it up and you can write on the inside of here. Or you can put some little pictures. Just depends on who you're making this for. Or if it's a journal, you can write about something in here and then close it up and it's kind of kept a secret until someone discovers it. Okay? Now, before we put this in, let's just set it aside for a moment and let's create this paper here. This is the exact same way I made the paper for the top. Okay? I took a piece of paper, a strip, about this wide. Well, it wasn't even that wide because I have the pink paper underneath. So I put solid pink under and then I applied the other paper over the top, which it was almost as wide, but it left a little 1/16 of an inch around it. I kind of wish I'd left a little more, and I do wish I hadn't have used the vintage photo around the edge of the pink. but it's a solid core pink and it doesn't need it. So it would be something similar to that. Okay, now to get the right measurement, you need to flip this over, put the other wings out, and draw a line. There we go. Now, when you cut this line, I want you to get yourself to the left of it and your scissors to the right. Now, this is if you're right-handed. If you're left-handed, I don't know how you do it. You have to tell me. And you're going to cut in a scissors width, which is about a 1/16 of an inch. Just like that. Come over here, get yourself to the left of the line, get your scissors to the right of the line. That's so you can make a pretty straight cut. Whoops, I think I'm off on that one. I think I am. Look at that, I knew it. Okay, now I don't have anything to hang on to, so I'm going to have to just be real careful about how I cut this down. So, that's fairly good. I think that one's all right. It's this one that's I don't like. Okay, I think that's a little better. Okay. When you have it all done, now this one I did go around very lightly with the ink. I was gentle. The reason I'm doing that is because this is a single-sided paper, and so the white edges show. And I didn't want the white edges to show because they seem to detract from the kind of vintage feel I'm trying to go with this album. So I have videos loading right now. I'm trying something new on my program because when I wiggle my table, the lines on these boards kind of make a funny look in the video, as you know. So I'm trying a different program to see if I can get that to stop shaking. So I did work one of the programs and it worked fairly good, but then I found a more advanced place that is supposed to really reduce it. However, once I started it, was taking 45 minutes. So 45 minutes, my head said. What the heck? Anyway, I wasn't too thrilled about that, but well, leaves go over here with the flowers. Not in that drawer necessarily. Okay, so we have the inside of this done. We will put our paper down in just a moment. But let's come back to the outside. And we're going to work on this piece here, putting the lace on it. So I ran a 1/8 inch strip of score tape down the long edge. And then there's a bird outside in the window. He's making noise out there. I have a big rhododendron outside my window, and little birds out there. They love it in that bush. Okay, so then I took my art glitter glue. I ran it all the way to the edge, but not on the pink paper necessarily. I ran it on the Stamperia roses and lace paper that we have down. Okay, then I went down the side, and I did come clear over to the side. And I took in this first board and kind of scratched in my glue. I don't want it to be too thick because I want this to lay down and be flat. Oh, my fingers are so gluey. Okay, then I dabbed up the rest of that glue with my hand, and then I went again with a towel, and that helps pull the glue up through those little holes. Okay, now we have to make an angle cut here. Remember, you have a piece of white paper under here. So I kind of cut mine at a little bit of an angle to the white so that I wouldn't cut through it. Save these for your little snippets if you want to do make a snippet out of it, or a little cluster of something. Especially if you are a junk journaler, then those can be pretty important. I know we save it all, don't we? We shouldn't. I suppose we should just throw things away. Okay, I'm going to flip this over because I still don't have that trimmed off good. There we go. Okay. I flipped it upside down like this, and then I kind of pulled this up and went back and put glue on these dots that didn't get glue. That's on this lace that's coming down here. Excuse me. My voice is getting froggy. I'm trying to kind of look under these. You might see my nose or something sticking out here. There we go. There. It's hard to believe all this fuzzy stuff gets everywhere, but boy, it sure does. And little glue bits and ink from your inking, and gosh, everything just kind of messes things up. Okay, I can see I still have some hanging over the edge there. There we go. That's better. Okay. So, we are ready to install our paper. I'm going to put a little bit of glue right there. Kind of work it under there. There was a little place, obviously, I missed. Oh, I wish I'd made lines on this. Okay, that's not the way. No, I don't think that's it either. Let's see. It goes this way, so I wonder if I had this way. Uh-huh. That'll work, won't it? Okay. Peel these off. This is from your score tape. No sense in having that extra weight under there. So what got under here was some lace. There we go, got rid of that. That would make too many bumps under the paper. That would not be pleasant. I want the album to be as perfect as possible. And let's see. Guess we'll just go with this. I need to get some cheaper white glue, and I see people doing that in their albums, not just using the expensive glue, but using a cheaper glue too, to do these like big papers that aren't coming in contact with photos or anything like that. I know we have clear Elmer's, so I might try that. But for now, we are going to use this. I did get some Scotch brand gel glue, but it dries really fast too. Less than a minute, it says. Oh! Oh, my dog is barking. Oh, she was so excited today. The little neighbor boy came to the fence and was talking to her. He's just a little guy. His grandpa takes care of him during the week while his mom works. And, oh gosh, my dog was so excited. She just loves it when the grandkids come over. But when they go home, she's tired and sad and lonely. And anyway, the little boy came to the fence and was talking to her with his grandpa. And, oh my gosh. They call her Cheyenne. Cheyenne was my chocolate lab before this one. This one is Liberty. Liberty Bell. Now, if you have some areas that dried too fast, clean off your glue tip so you get that nice pointy glue tip, and run that back under there. Squeeze out some glue. I did not go around this one with the vintage photo ink. Mostly because I forgot, but it also has already picked up so much ink from me inking everything else, and then applying the glue, and then the ink gets wet and it runs onto the paper, and so that can be a problem. Okay, I think we have it. One beautiful page. Look at that. And my fingers are not working too well here. I don't know. It's been a rough day on my hands. So what do you think? That's not ink, that's the paper. So that's what the lace looks like, and the hearts. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, so what color should we use to create our pocket here? It's something for our pocket. Now, I'm going to have to re-glue that and clamp it right here in the corner. I can see that it's kind of coming loose a little bit. So we will want to take care of that. We don't want our album separating at any point. So I'm thinking maybe a booklet. We could use the green since we have used the pink. So we could use green if we have an upper pocket, and maybe the pink for our side pocket. What do you think? What do you think? I think we will fold this over because it will become a 6-inch book, right? We could score it, or you can just be brave and fold it like I did. Let's have a look. I don't want it to be super wide. We can make it as wide as the pocket if we want. Oops, that's the sideways secret pockets. Okay. Now we can make it as wide as the pocket if we want to. And then my other question is, do we want just a tab on this? A green ribbon perhaps? Oh, you can't see it. I'm sorry. Let's move this out. There we go. So I took a 12 by 12, I folded it in half, and now I got a 6 by 12. And I've inserted it into the upper pocket that we created. It's kind of a nice little secret pocket. That's kind of cool. I like that. Not that I like secrets, but it just kind of makes a nice place to journal or put photos. And if they're in a booklet, they're less likely to get damaged. I mean, no doubt about that. So we know, I think we'll put a ribbon, a green ribbon on it. We know we need to cut it below this. From there to there is 7.5 inches. The reason it's not 8 is because we have it glued along the bottom. So let's cut slightly below this line, about 7 3/4 maybe. Let's see, what did I tell you it was? Oh, 7 1/2. So we need to cut it down to 7 1/4, I believe, would do it. That would put it inside, and then we'll have a ribbon tab coming up. And if that doesn't make sense, I'll make sense with it in just a minute. Oh, 7 1/4 is too short. Over on my cutter, it is 7 and over 7 1/2. So I'd go to 7 and what, 5/8? Okay, now that gives us a little book for somewhere else in our album that we cut off the top of this. Let's see. I don't want to shove it all the way in there because I'll lose it. Okay, here goes. There. Voila! Gone. Look at that. That's going to be cool. Okay, so let's find our green ribbon. Hang on 1 minute, please. Now, I want that light green ribbon. Where did it go? I think it's up here. Ooh, that's a pretty one. Oh, so it's that one. Well, let's have a look. We have this one. That kind of stays in this range. And then we have this one. Kind of a linen almost. Looks like a linen. So we can use this one. I kind of like that it's a little brighter. We'll put it on the inside of the card. It'd be something like that. Oh, I like that green because that kind of gives you the light and the dark. Nice. I like that. I have terrible color management skills, so but it always seems to work out. I am a person that loves so many colors that I can't settle. Okay. What do you think? Let's come in closer. We have that one. Or we have this one. Let's not make it that big. Oh, I think the light one goes better, doesn't it? It matches so perfectly. Okay, light it is. Okay, it's going to go on the inside of the book. So we will open it up and let's put a piece of 1/2" score tape in here. Now don't place it right up along the edge because we want to hide the tape. It's going to be covered with paper here. We're going to put an extra piece of paper in. Let's see, that's 6 inches. So our center is at 3 inches. which is right about there. I'm pressing down my score tape. I love the end of this. It's just kind of roundish, just slightly. And boy, does it press down the score tape. Okay, my center line right there. So I'm going to put my ribbon on. So this side of the ribbon, the right side of the ribbon is along my pencil line. Then I'm going to bring this one down. And I'm going to keep it in a flat there. It's all the same side. That's the top and that's the top. Okay, so there we have it. Over in the snippet section it goes. Oh, I always do that. My ribbon should have trainer wheels because I always drop it and it falls and then the ribbon comes off. Oh, those are the worst pins I bought ever. Okay, look at that. Beautiful. Now, the other thing I want to do is I'm going to round these corners. It's not perfect, but I don't want them to get caught up in on the edges of the book or anything and cause a problem. So if I round them off, even these sides here, it will make for a very nice book that can slide in and out. Now sometimes the thing is off just slightly, if you angle it just slightly. And we can insert our booklet. And we'll have to decorate it. But we're going to save decorating for down towards the end. You can go ahead and decorate yours if you like. Any way you want. Use either... hang on. I made a boo-boo. I gotta fix. Gotta find my... Don't know what I did with it. I shouldn't have taken my score tape off of there. Let's put that one on that side. Let's see if I have another one laying around. I don't. Should be easy to find in the garbage, but... Oh, goodness. Look at all that scrap paper that fell in there. Don't know. I'm always kind of afraid of my garbage because I might have thrown a needle in there or something. Well, here's part of a Band-Aid. That'll work, I think. Yep, works great. Little tip for you. The Band-Aid back will work on your score tape to protect your card. Anyway, as I was saying, I'm not going to decorate with you until the end, or I am going to decorate these kinds of things off camera and then come back and show you. I'm going to try and work as many of the pages with you as possible. So, you can go ahead and do something with your photo mat book. I'm going to put paper on the inside of mine, and I'm going to put something on the outside, and I may now this is a good time. Whoops, let's put that back. I mean, this is a place where you can utilize your front or back cover. A clock could halfway come on just by cutting it off here. You could cut the key out and put the key on. What else? We have, oh, now look. Diary, journal, autographs, memories. Now, autographs don't mean that you have to get autographs from movie stars or famous people. You can get autographs from your grandkids and from your friends and your family. Now, the reason I say that is because when you see somebody's writing that has passed on, it is really incredible, and it's one of the things I love most about genealogy is the their handwriting. It was always so beautiful. It doesn't even matter if it's sloppy. The penmanship, though, really was great. They taught it very well. Anyway, so one of these, I think I will put one of these on here. Now it shows that these, when they were taking a picture of them, they were metal and they have like brads in them. So I'm probably going to put brads in mine on the front of my album. And I think maybe I will do journal or maybe memories. Or it could be a blank. And then I don't know what I'll put on it from there. But there's also these. Good place for a clock. And there is also, not that one or that one. Now this is from that other paper pack. Oh, there's these. There's these, but you know, I'm thinking on a set of these, using them in the book as a fold out. So we might want to save these two. And that's the postcard looking ones. The Home Sweet Home would be good this way. It's still too big. Anyway, just some ideas, but do plan on saving at least 2 of these because I want to make a booklet with them, or a want to do a fold out. I think maybe we use them next on our next page. And we may add some snippets here because there is some like snippets already there. We might make a little cluster and put some little clusters in. So anyway, we will be moving on to page 2. Let me know how your book goes. I'm going to go ahead and insert mine in here. And we will get ready tomorrow. We will start on page 2. Okay? That sound good to you? I hope I wasn't out of camera too much. Tried to stay in. I have to keep looking up at you. You're up there. You're about, oh, I don't know, this far above me, which is about 3, maybe 2 feet, 2.5 feet above me. So, anyway, gosh, it's always so hard to say goodbye. There's so much to do. I need to clean off my desk and get ready for tomorrow. And tonight is Halloween here and there and everywhere. But when you see this, of course, it will be past. And I'm looking forward to seeing how the little kids are dressed this year and the big kids. We've always invited the big kids to come along too. I used to work at a high school several years ago, and they all used to come out, and because we do big candy bars, and no fun size around here. We have the really fun size, regular size candy bars. We've handed them out every year, ever since I can remember. So we get a lot of people that return every year, and the kids are so excited when they get here and discover we still have the big candy bars. They love it. I think they'd probably TP our house now if we gave them the little ones. I don't think they would appreciate it, but it's something we love to do, and we don't spend a lot of money on Halloween supplies, or how can I? I want a scrapbook. I want to make albums. I want to journal. I want to make fun stuff. So there's no extra for all the Halloween and stuff like that, unless it's a journal I'm doing. So anyway, here I go. Chatter, chatter, chatter. Listen to me. Yeah, you heard me. I'm chattering because I don't want to say goodbye. It's very difficult to say goodbye to anyone. But anyway, I will let you go. I appreciate you being with me today. I hope you enjoyed making page 1 of our Roses and Lace album. And let's continue on. 2 days. I try to post every 2 days or every other day. As long as I can get them made and uploaded. I try to do some little smaller ones in between. And anyway, give me a thumbs up. Share. You're welcome to share my videos to where your channel, or not your channel, but your Facebook page. And what else? Oh, don't forget, subscribe. I love subscribers. It's so exciting to see the numbers go up, 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 up. I like it. And if I ever hit that 100, I'm going to have a giveaway. And maybe it will be the little mini album. Wherever I put it, it's up there. So it might be a little mini album. Anyway, I'm headed towards that number, my first 100. Okay, I'm done talking. Thank you, and I will see you in 2 days. Bye-bye for now.